Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mohammad Ismail, Department of Zoology, JT College Malegaon. This is the third part of the video. In this we are going to see different MCQs regarding applied zoology. So the first question of this session or part is rearing of silkworm in round bamboo rearing trays arranged one over the other in tiers is called. Options are shelf rearing method, floor rearing method, shoot rearing method, none of the above. So the correct answer is A, shelf rearing method. Means rearing of silkworm in round bamboo rearing trays which is arranged one over the other in tiers is called as self rearing method. Rearing in round bamboo trays, a stand can accommodate 10 to 11 trays and therefore this method provides economy of space but required more labor for handling so many trays. So it is the drawback of this method. It requires more labors. Floor rearing method, in this rearing method, it is fixed rearing. It rearing on a fixed rearing sheets or benches of wooden or bamboo strips, and shoot rearing in this method of silkworm rearing. Silkworm are reared on big branches in one or two tiers. So the correct answer is shelf rearing method. Next question is what is mounting? Options are increasing the size of feeding trays. Option B is sprinkling lime powder on leaves. Option C, transferring mature larvae to mountages, which is also known as cocoonage or chandrikas. And option D is bed cleaning. So the correct answer is option C, transferring mature larvae to mountages. So this is the correct answer. Transferring of mature silkworm larvae to a suitable place to spin cocoon is called as mounting. For silkworms, cocoon making is necessity and indispensable process to get transformed into a healthy pupa and their adult. So mounting is transferring of mature larva to mountages. Next question is after cocoon is completely formed, they are removed from the mountages and this is called as, options are option A sorting, option B flossing, option C mounting, and option D harvesting. So the correct answer is option D, harvesting. In sericulture, harvesting means the collection and gathering of produced cocoons from spinning trays or mountages. Next question. Grassery disease of silkworm is caused by. Options are Borrelia virus, option B Bacillus thuringiensis, option C Nosema bombycis, and option D all of the above. So the correct answer is option A, Borrelia virus. Grassery disease of silkworm is caused by Borrelia virus. Next question. Symptoms of pebrine disease in larval condition is. Options are black spotted wrinkled body, option B poor appetite, option C sluggish in nature, and option D all of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option D. Diseased larvae shows slow growth, stunted growth, undersized body and poor appetite. Diseased larvae reveal pale and flaccid body. Tiny black spots appear on larval integuments and dead larvae remain rubbery and do not undergo putrefaction shortly after death. So these are the symptoms of pebrine disease in larval conditions. Next question is, volatinism can be defined as, options are the number of broods or generations produced in a year in the life cycle of insect. Option B, the number of time an organism copulate in a year. Option C, the number of molts in the life cycle of insects. And option D, none of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option A. Volatinism can be defined as it is the number of broods or generations produced in a year in the life cycle of insect. So this is called volatinism. Next question. Species of mulberry silkworm are. Species of mulberry silkworms are. Options are univoltine, option B bivoltine, option C multivoltine, and option D all of the above. So the correct answer is option D. Means different species of mulberry silkworms are basically, some of them are univoltine, some of them are bivoltine, and most of them are multivoltine. It depends also on temperature. So option D is the correct answer. Univoltine means one brood of offspring per year. Bivoltine means two broods of offspring per year. And multivoltine means many broods of offspring per year. Next question. Muga silkworm is univoltine, bivoltine, multivoltine, D all of the above. So the correct answer is C multivoltine. Next one is, dash is the scientific name of jawar stem borer. What is the scientific name of jawar stem borer? Options are option A Antherigona socata, option B Chilopartellus, option C Dysdercus cingulatus, option D Coursera cephalonica. And the correct answer of this question is option B Chilopartellus. Next one is actually Antherigona socata is the sorghum shoot fly. It is the scientific name of sorghum shoot fly, and it is a species of fly whose larvae feed on the central growing shoots of millets crops like sorghum. So option A Antherigona socata is the sorghum shoot fly, and option C is Dysdercus cingulatus. It is a scientific name of red cotton bug, and option D Coursera cephalonica. It is the scientific name of rice moth. Question number 40. Moths is medium sized, straw colored, yellowish gray forewings. The hind wings are whitish in color, and these are all the mark of identification of dash. Means moth is medium sized, straw colored, yellowish gray forewing, and hind wings are whitish is the mark of identification of dash. Options are Antherigona socata, option B Chilopartellus, option C Dysdercus cingulatus, option C Coursera cephalonica. So the correct answer of this question is option B again, Chilopartellus. So these are the mark of identification of jawar stem borer. Next one, life cycle of jawar stem borer is completed in dash and how many generations per year? Options are option A 6 to 7 weeks and 4 to 5 generations, option B 3 to 4 weeks and 6 to 7 generation, option C 1 to 3 weeks and 3 to 4 generations, and option D 2 to 4 weeks and 5 to 6 generation. So the correct answer of this question is option A. Means the life cycle of jawar stem borer is completed in 6 to 7 weeks and there is 4 to 5 generations per year. Next question. Identification mark of red cotton bug Distercus singulatus is dash dash dash. These are the options and different mark of identification. So option A is reddish bugs with yellow bands on the abdomen and white marking on the wings. Option B, blackish bugs with white band on the abdomen and white marking on the wings. Option C, reddish bugs with white bands on the abdomen and black markings on the wings. And option D, all of the above. So the correct answer is option C. Red cotton bug is a reddish bug with white bands on the abdomen and black marking on the wings. Next question. Nature of damage caused by red cotton bug dash dash dash. So these are the different nature of damage. Both nymph and adult suck the cell sap of leaves and tender shoot. Option B, ball open and lint. Lint means fibers inside the ball, cotton fiber inside the ball become poor quality. Option C, feed on seeds and lower its oil content. And option D, all of the above. So nature of damage caused by red cotton bug is options D is correct one. All these options are correct one. Red cotton bug basically belong to class Insecta, order Hemiptera. The adult bug measures about 12 to 15 mm in length. The female are longer than the male. It is blood red in color and antenna which are black colored. Besides, there is a black spot on each of the membranous forewing. A series of white transverse bands are present on the ventral side of the abdomen of red cotton bug. Mouth parts are adapted for piercing and sucking. They form a straight beak or rostrum. The nymphs are smaller than the adults and are wingless. Both nymphs and adults suck the cell sap from leaves and tender shoots and impair vitality of the plant. If the attack is severe one, balls open badly and the lint is of poor quality. In addition, they also feed on the seeds and lower their oil content and low percentage of germination. Such seeds are unfit for sowing. The lint is stained by excreta of bugs also or by their body juice as they are crushed in the ginning factories, so named cotton stainer. So these are the nature of damage caused by red cotton bug. Next question is dash dash is the scientific name of brinjal fruit borer. Options are Distercus singulatus. Option B, Lisonodis orbonalis. Option C, Chilopatelis. And option D, none of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option B, Lisonodis orbonalis is the scientific name of brinjal fruit borer. Option A, Distercus singulatus is the scientific name of red cotton bug, and option C, Chilopatelis is the scientific name of jawar stem borer. Next question. Dash dash are the mark of identifications of brinjal fruit borer. Options are the adult is grayish brown moth with white wings. Option B, The fore and hind wings are provided with marginal hairs and bears pinkish brown spots. Option C, the adult size is 20 mm across the spread wings, and option D, all of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option D. All these three are the mark of identification of brinjal fruit borer. Next question is, dash is the chemical control measures of brinjal fruit borer. Options are option A, carbaryl 0.1%, options B, profenophos 0.05%, or spray of cypermethrin 0.012%, option C both A and B, and option D none of the above. So the correct answer of this question is chemical control measure of brinjal fruit borer is option C. Means one can use carbaryl 0.1% for the controlling of brinjal fruit borer plus profenophos 0.05% or spray of cypermethrin is also useful. So option A and B is the correct one. Next one, dash are the nature of damage of mango stem borer. The scientific name of mango stem borer is Batocera rufomaculata. Options are option A, grubs bore into main trunk making holes. Option B, the whole part of a trunk can be damaged, that is from soil surface to top of the tree trunk by the pest. Option C, fruits start to rot very fast due to the lack of supplement of food, and option D, all of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option D. All the three options are correct, or the nature of damage which is caused by mango stem borer. Next one, dash are the chemical control measures of mango stem borer. Options are option A, injection of monocrotophos 36 WSC. Option B, use carbaryl 50 WP. Option C, use kerosene oil, and option D, all of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option D. These are all the chemical control measures for controlling mango stem borer. One can use the monocrotophos directly. We can inject into the holes or near the holes of the main stem, and one can also remove fine powdery refuse or fragile perforated wood produced by the activity of boring insects from the trunk of the tree, and inject any organophosphate such as monocrotophos. One can use carbaryl also and kerosene oil for controlling the mango stem borer. So these are the chemical control measures of mango stem borer. Option D is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following chemicals used for fumigation for controlling stored grain pest? Options are option A, methyl bromide, option B, magnesium or aluminium phosphide, option C, both A and B, and option D, none of the above. So which of the following chemicals used for fumigation for controlling stored grain pest? Options is option C, means both A and B, methyl bromide and magnesium or aluminium phosphide can be used for controlling stored grain pest as a fumigation, as in the form of fumigation. Next question is, dash and dash are the scientific name of rat and mouse respectively. What is the scientific name of rat and mouse? Options are Mus musculus and Rattus rattus. Option B, Rattus rattus and Musca domestica. Option C, Rattus rattus and Mus musculus, and option D, none of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option C, means the scientific name of rat is Rattus rattus and the scientific name of mouse is Mus musculus. Next one, dash are the chemical means for controlling rodents in stored greenhouses? Options are: option A, sonic and ultrasonic repellents; option B, zinc phosphide, barium carbonate, red squill, or a ready to use anticoagulant; option C, rat traps; and option D, all of the above. The question is, dash are the chemical means for controlling rodents in store greenhouses. Options is B, zinc phosphide, barium carbonate, red squill, and anticoagulant. These are all chemicals, and the question asking the chemical control measures. So the B is the correct answer. Cultural methods are aimed, dash practices are technical procedures that create environment that develop unfavorable condition for pest. Options are cultural control, option B, biological control, option C, physical control, and option D, chemical control. Once again, see the question, dash practices means following practices. One of the following practices are technical procedure that create environment, such an environment that develop unfavorable condition for pest. Options are cultural, biological, physical, chemical control. So the correct answer is option A, cultural control. Cultural methods are aimed either at reducing the sources of inoculum or at reducing the exposure of plant to infection. Its primary objective is the prevention of pest damage and not the destruction of an existing and damaging pest population. So this method of controlling pest is known as cultural method. So correct answer is A, cultural method. Next question is, which which of the following is not important element in cultural pest control strategy? Options are option A, good soil preparation, option B, use of indigenous variety, option C, intercropping with aromatic herbs, option D, multiple cropping, option E, crop rotation, and option F, predators, parasites, and pathogens. Now look at the question once again. Which of the following is not important element? Not important element in cultural pest control strategy, and these are the options. So the correct answer is F, predators, parasites, and pathogens. It is not the correct way, it is not fitted, and it is not a cultural pest control strategy. Means from option A to option E, all these are comes under cultural control method. Now see the first one, good soil preparation. A healthy soil means healthy plants which are relatively more resistant to the pest. Number 2, use of indigenous variety. Traditional varieties are hardier and relatively more resistant to the pest. They can withstand harsh environmental conditions better than modern hybrids. Next one is intercropping with aromatic herbs. Several types of odorous plants which smells can be grown together with the main crop to repel the insects. Next one is multiple cropping. This provides genetic diversity to minimize pest increase. And crop rotation. This is a practice of following a crop susceptible to a pest by a resistance crop. There is a no buildup of organism to a high level since the growth cycle of the organism has been broken. So all these practices are cultural strategies. to reduce the pest population or to prevent the crop from attacking pest. Next question. Dash is the separation of pest population by living organisms such as predators, parasites and pathogens. Options are chemical control, cultural control, biological control, none of the above. See the question once again. Dash is the separation of pest population by living organisms such as predators, parasites and pathogens. The correct answer is C. Biological control. Biological pest control is the separation of pest population by living organisms such as predators, parasites and pathogens. These agents are responsible for keeping pest population under control most of the time. Predators are usually other insects and spiders. Both feed on wide variety of insects. Parasitic insects are usually small flies or wasps which attack one or a few closely related pest species. They are parasitic in their larval stage or stages but free living as adult. Examples are tachinid flies, braconid wasps. These are the insects which are predators. So the correct answer is biological control. Next one is the use of sterile male pestiferous insects in controlling pest population is called. Options are pheromonal control, biological control, also autocidal control and all of the above. Look at the question once again. The use of sterile male pestiferous insect or sterile male insect in controlling pest population is called pheromonal control, biological control, autocidal or all of the above. So the correct answer is C. Autocidal control. Pheromones are chemicals used by insects and other animals to communicate with each other. Okay, so that's why it is not the correct answer, and we also see in the biological control. So the option C is the correct one. Next one, that dash uses insect pheromones to lure the specific insect pest for its control, and the options are pheromonal control, biological control, autocidal control, all of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option A, pheromonal control. Pheromones are chemicals used basically by insects and other animals to communicate with each other. Insects send these chemical signals to help attract mates or sometimes warn other predators or find food. Using specific pheromones, traps can be used to monitor or to minimize the target pest population. Next one, dash is used for control of pests and diseases by use of chemical in dust forms. Options are knapsack sprayer, option B rotary duster, option C cyano gas pump and option D none of the above. See the question again. Dash is used for control of pests and diseases by use of chemical in dust forms. Options are knapsack sprayer, rotary duster, cyano gas pump and none of the above. So the correct answer is rotary duster. Rotary dusters are provided with an agitator which stirs the powder and releases it evenly through the discharge vent. The blower sucks the dust or powder from the hopper through the connecting pipe and pushes it out forcefully to achieve efficient dispersal. Shoulder mounted type hand rotary duster is used for dusting pesticide in powder form. The shoulder mounted type duster arrange consists basically of blower complete with gearbox and hopper joined together by suction pump. So these are the specification of rotary duster. So the correct answer is rotary duster for controlling insect pest and disease by use of chemical in dust forms. Next one, dash can be used to apply liquid such as fertilizers, herbicides, fungicides, and it is suited to spot treating areas. Options are knapsack sprayer, option B rotary duster, option C cyanogas pump, and option D none of the above. So the correct answer of this question is option A knapsack sprayer. See the question. Dash can be used to apply liquid such as fertilizer, herbicides and fungicides. So knapsack sprayer is basically used. It is a type of sprayer that disperses liquid through a handheld nozzle that is attached to a pressurized reservoir carried on the operator's back. Next one, the cyanogas pump is a duster, fumigator, sprayer, emulsifier. Cyanogas pump is duster, fumigator, sprayer or emulsifier. Options are option B is the correct answer. The cyanogas pump is a fumigator. It is used in fumigating the rodent burrows with calcium cyanide, cyanogas, or sodium cyanide, cyanomag. Therefore, it is also known as cyanogas pump. So it can be used for controlling rodents in field as well as in storehouses. Next question is, what is the full form of IPM in pest management? Options are integrated pest management, option B innovative pest management, option C international pest management, and option D none of the above. So the correct answer is option A integrated pest management. IPM combines the use of biological, cultural and chemical practices to control insect pests in agricultural production. It seeks to use natural predators or parasites to control pests using selective pesticides for backup only when pests are unable to be controlled by natural means. So this is the integrated pest management. Small brief introduction, summary. So the correct answer of this question is option A. Thank you. I hope the video informative for you for your applied zoology paper. Thank you so much.